Hello everyone, my name is Dakota and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we get into today's video, be sure to follow me on Instagram and check out my Etsy shop. I make really cool necklaces that you don't want to miss out on. The link to both can be found in the description down below. Now, as you guys can tell by the title of today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys some tips for some first-time Comic-Con goers. Little fun fact about this video, I've actually been pushing it off for over a year. My plan was to post it after my first Comic-Con, but I just never did. And I still have this list of tips, and I thought, why not share it with you guys since I attended my second Comic-Con last weekend. So before I get into the tips, I just want to say that this is my opinion based on the Comic-Con that I went to. They're not all the same and not everyone has the same opinion, so keep that in mind as I share these tips with you. So I've got two categories for this video. One is what you should do ahead of time, and the last category is kind of a mixture of do's and don'ts and stuff to keep in mind while you're at the Comic-Con. Before you even get into the Comic-Con, know what you want. Whether it's an autograph, a photo op, or to attend panels, walk artist alley, shop, whatever it is, just know what you're there for. Going there blind is going to stress you out even more. It's already a stressful event, and it's even worse if you don't know what you're there for. Putting together a schedule. Putting together a schedule will help you tremendously. Now, based on the Comic-Con that you're going to, most of them offer apps that you can make your own schedule in, and it will send you notifications like 15 minutes before a panel starts or 10 minutes before your photo op. Anything like that will be useful. If your Comic-Con doesn't have an app, maybe set reminders on your phone or make your own schedule in the Notes app. Anything you can do to just make a schedule will help. Searching for maps as well is very useful. You don't want to just be aimlessly walking around. I mean, if you want to, you can, but a lot of times they will have maps as soon as you get into the convention center, or there will be a map provided on the app if there is one for the Comic-Con that you're going to. So yeah, use a map. This tip kind of piggybacks off the last one. Having a map and knowing where you are is very useful because oftentimes you're going to leave the convention to eat. Or you could stay in the convention, but the lines are very long to eat and the convention food is very expensive from what I've heard. I haven't eaten at a convention. I just normally leave for 15-20 minutes and come back. But that is because I know the area and I know where restaurants and quick places to eat are near the convention center. So know the area, and that also counts for parking as well, which I'll get into later. Keep in mind that Saturdays are the busiest days for conventions because that is when most of the panels are being held and when the main celebrities that are headlining that convention will attend. If you are traveling from a far distance or you're staying in a hotel, please know the area. If you're not staying in a hotel, you need to get there early because there will be a lot of traffic because not everyone's in a hotel. And if you're planning on getting there and just parking in the nearest parking garage, that probably won't work for you because it will most likely be filled. Looking for parking is very stressful, so get there early so you don't have to walk 5 blocks to get to the actual convention center. If you're going in cosplay, I suggest bringing things that could repair your cosplay if it breaks, or an extra pair of clothes just in case, you know, the convention center is too cold, too hot, or you're just uncomfortable. Conventions are a long time and you don't want to be uncomfortable for that long, so I would just bring an extra pair of clothes just in case anything could happen. My next tip is to pack a bag. I'm not sure how other conventions are with bags and their policies, but for the one I went to, bags were fine, food was fine. I literally brought my whole entire Panera Bread meal into the convention. So yeah, pack food, water, a charger, deodorant, anything you might need during the convention, just pack it, especially deodorant. It's generally a hot and sweaty place. It's a lot of people, a lot of sweaty people, so just bring deodorant, hand sanitizer, be clean, anything that you think you might need, just pack a bag. These next few tips are for if you're interested in buying photo ops or autographs. Be sure to buy your photo ops and autographs ASAP. They will sell out. I remember last year when I went to my first convention, I was meeting Charlie Cox, and he was the like headlining celebrity there. Like, he's the person that everyone wanted to meet. And I had bought my tickets pretty late, about 2 weeks before the convention, and I had just lucked out because I bought a photo op and they sold out the next day. So if you're planning on waiting to buy a photo op, I wouldn't suggest waiting too long because they do sell out. They can't be taking photos all day. A lot of them have panels or autograph tables to get to, so they won't be there all day. So try and buy your photo ops and autographs as soon as possible. Autographs are a little bit more lenient because some guests stay at autograph tables for hours on end, and there's multiple autograph times, but for photo ops, you're assigned a time. For autographs, you're not assigned a time. This is just kind of a general rule that is posted all over any convention center website. Be sure to buy a general admission ticket before you buy a photo op ticket. You won't be allowed to go to your photo op if you don't have a general admission ticket to the actual convention. Another tip for photo ops is to spend the extra $10 on the digital copy. Originally, I was just gonna take a picture of the physical 8x10 that I got printed out, but I was glad that I got the digital copy because one, it's on my phone, it was only an extra $10, and the colors actually looked different compared to the 8x10 and the digital copy that I got. So I was very happy that I got my digital copy, and it's my wallpaper now. These next two tips I just added to my list from my second time going. Bring cash. I ran into a huge problem where one, I forgot my wallet, so I didn't have my credit card. And two, I didn't have any cash on me. There are some things that will be cash only. Now, a lot of the time you can use Apple Pay or whatever. I know like Artist Alley, a lot of vendors take Apple Pay now, which is like what I bought everything with because I forgot my credit card. But a lot of things are cash only. Like, for instance, Rosario Dawson's autograph I bought, and I didn't know the 8x10 print wasn't included, so I had to buy one, but it was $10 cash only. I did end up getting the cash. As you can see, I have her autograph right behind me, but it was just so much of a struggle, and it was very stressful. So bring cash. I would suggest like $50 to $100 in cash just to be safe. Another thing is the ATMs were out of money. Every single ATM in the convention ran out of money. So even if I did have my card, it would not have helped me because I wouldn't have been able to get money either way. And I was kind of on a time crunch. My last tip for this category is to live in the moment. My first Comic-Con that I went to, I actually didn't get that many videos because I was just like taking everything in for the first time and just like figuring out how everything worked, and I still had a great time and still remember that day. I also suggest going with someone else. Like my first Comic-Con, I went with my brother, and a lot of the videos are from his phone that he sent to me because I barely took any. And even this Comic-Con that just recently passed that I attended, I had went with my cousin and she recorded almost everything for me. I just feel like we all spend so much time on our phones and we don't really live in the moment. Like just the other day, I was sitting on the couch on TikTok and I'd realized I'd been scrolling for hours and I didn't even remember the TikTok from 5 minutes ago. So I just wasted almost my entire day on TikTok, and that like kind of clicked for me. I was like, I gotta switch this up. So I switched it up, and I've been trying to spend less time on my phone and social media in general. I also feel like the celebrities that you're meeting kind of appreciate when you're not sticking a phone in their face. For example, when I was meeting Cameron Monaghan and Rosario Dawson, I didn't really record. I was just living in the moment and having a genuine conversation with them. And I will never forget that conversation that I had with them and the eye contact that we had and just everything, because I wasn't focused on trying to get a perfect video. I was focused on meeting face to face with celebrities. Live in the moment, engage. Of course, I'm not telling you you can't take pictures and videos, because obviously I took a lot of pictures and videos, but don't make that your number one thing. Now for the do's and don'ts. Please be respectful to the celebrities, especially at panels. It's overwhelming for them, or better yet, it can be overwhelming for anyone who would be up there doing what they're doing. A lot of the times at conventions, they'll have a microphone for you to go up and do a little Q&A with them, and just asking weird questions or uncomfortable questions makes everyone uncomfortable, and it just ruins the experience. So remember to be respectful to the celebrities or anyone at a convention. Another thing I'd like to add is avoid questions that the host already told you you cannot ask. I'll use my convention last year, for example. It was a Daredevil Born Again panel, which the show has not come out yet. And Jon Bernthal was supposed to attend the convention, but he didn't. And obviously we all know he did it because he was filming. But the host let us know, like, don't ask any questions about that. Yet 2 or 3 people still ask questions, and it kind of wastes everyone's time, and the celebrities on stage can't say anything about their upcoming projects. So it's just a waste of time and a little annoying to everyone else, because you're taking up a spot of someone else who could have asked a genuine question. Going off of questions at panels, be sure not to repeat any questions. Again, it's annoying, it takes up time. It's kind of rude because it makes the celebrity think that you weren't really paying attention. So my suggestion, or what I did, was make a list on the Notes app on my phone of just 5 to 10 different questions, just in case as I was waiting in line someone else took my question, or I just had backup questions. My last tip, this should be obvious, but be sure to ask before you take pictures of celebrities and cosplayers. A lot of the times at autograph tables, people do take pictures, but a lot of the times they're not allowed to. For example, I was meeting Rosario Dawson and I had asked her for a picture, and she kind of made a joke like, oh, I can't say yes, but I'm not gonna stop you. And she posed for my picture and it was great. But on the other hand, when I met Cameron Monaghan, I asked for a picture, and I don't know who's behind them, their manager or whatever, immediately said no. Well, he said no for him. So, and I was like, okay, that's fine. And I didn't push the boundaries. So I was essentially fine with it because they're allowed to say no, which I think a lot of people forget. And that just about wraps up all my tips for first-time Comic-Con goers. Of course, there's more, but these are just some of the things that I wrote down after my first time of going to a Comic-Con. I've attended Fan Expo Philadelphia 2 years in a row. I love Fan Expo so much. Of course, there's some things that I probably would change, and that'll be for another video. Let me know if you guys want to hear more about my trip to Comic-Con. I'll probably make a separate video on that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and be sure to check out my other videos, my Instagram and my Etsy, which are linked in the description down below. And yeah, see you in the next one.